No harm to you. Well, that's another northern.
No harm to you.
That's another dairy one. No harm to you.
No, we say no harm
Do you
to
say
you.
no harm to you?
But usually we say that right before we really want to harm someone.
No harm to you.
No harm to you. You're
but
going to get a kick in the fucking head if you don't.
No, it's
no
always
harm to you,
like
but you're from fucking Uri.
it's when someone like you're in an argument with someone and they're right about the point they've just made, but then they've done something worse in the past, and you go, you need a wee minute to think, and you go, no harm. But what were you doing fucking back in?
Aye.
Fucking cheeky cunt.
After you've harmed them, you say something like absolutely ridiculous, like, I'm fucking steady you, no harm.
No, it's like whenever I talk about...
No offence.
I say no offence. You're using my fucking material here, you cunts.
No offence, but you're an ugly, fat, ugly bastard who smells.
No offence. No offence is the verbal term, like the non-judicial way of saying allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, like you can't get in trouble for it. You're like, no homo.
No homo.
Like, don't hit me. You know, no offence, but your breasts were rotten.
No offence, but you're a smelly bastard.
Yeah, no offence, but there's more life on you than there is in you.
No offence.
Like,
Your
seriously.
face. You need to take your face for a shit.
No offence, but your ma leaves early in the morning just so she doesn't have to kiss you goodbye.
No offence, but when you were born, the doctor slapped your ma.
No offence, but see, whenever you were dead young, they used to have the testaker around your neck just to get the dog to play with you.
Yes, no offence, but you were that ugly when you were wee. Your mommy fed you a catapult.
No offence, but see, whenever you were born, you could only admire the blanket. No offence, your pram must have had finishing blinds on it.
And what do you call it? Just the groceries around it and all.
Yeah.
Bless the chick.
Damien.
Have you ever, in saying that, this will lead to our word of the day, but
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
So I'll give us a clap. Oh, well, you did.
We can use that wee bit as an outtake anyway,
yeah.
and we put it in the thing. Hiya, welcome to Word Up.
Welcome to
We
Word
just
Up.
had a no offence riff off.
We did a wee rough off. But we're just saying, yes, like, have you ever seen, like, somebody, just because this is like, it's very germane to my life, because my friend who had a baby, on Monday morning.
Oh, congratulations.
So
How's your hole, honey?
If you are, I was going to say, I think she's sunroof. But if you are watching this, Catherine, I love you very much. If you are watching this, Lenup, I love you very much, and welcome to the world.
Who was it that said, though, the phrase sunroof doesn't make sense because you're taking it out of a car that doesn't have a sunroof.
You don't get, and plus you don't get in and out of the sunroof of your car.
True. That is true. Well, unless you were us as kids and your granddad had a sunroof and you went fucking mental.
And you thought you were like Daisy Duke out of Dukes of Hazzard.
My granddad used to go over the bumps in the country roads at like 100 mile an hour while we were all hanging out the sunroof. And then by the time you got to fucking Ballycastle, you didn't even want any chips because you were all full of flies.
And there was a couple of children hanging out in the trees. Like, we feet. Like,
it's before health and safety went wild.
Before children were precious. Nobody gave a shit
Nobody
back then.
gave a fuck.
She had loads of wains.
I know. Was that go here one off? That's all right.
Which one was it? The 4-year-old? Fuck, I didn't know him very long. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't really get bonded to him. I stayed on. Stayed on with one. I knew the 10-year-old for longer. I've been more annoyed.
Aye. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've got a bigger bond with him.
Yeah. He was better.
But yes, so she had a wee baby. But just who is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, Isla Eileen. Isla Eileen. So it's going to be Isla with the middle name Eileen. Absolutely beautiful.
Isla Eileen.
But she, have you ever seen like a newborn baby, and they're not beautiful?
No, because I just sniff their heads. I'm not interested in what they look like.
Sometimes they look like, do you know they look like the top of a walnut whip?
Yeah.
Like that wee face. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just that wee face. It's just not.
The top of a walnut whip. That was fucking brilliant.
Also, David, you greedy bastard. That's just a walnut.
That's just a walnut, you fucking bad.
You greedy bastard.
Oh my god. That's just... Do you know what? That's how greedy bastard I am.
I just realised that like, there's a name for the top of a walnut whip. A walnut.
Ever see one of them yellow things that comes with like an ice cream sundae?
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god.
What do you call that yellow bit that comes with
a
banana split?
Aye.
What do you?
It was like the inside of a candy apple.
Hey, the Americanized friggin' millennial. That's a toffee apple.
It's a candy apple.
That's not a toffee apple.
It's candy apple.
Maybe Irish people call it.
I'm Irish.
But we brought. I'm talking about like the Gales. We brought it to Samhain to America.
Yeah, but they call it candy because Americans call it candy because it comes from like a different.
Because
they
candy
went down
nothing
a
else.
different
But
route.
it is candy. It's not toffee. It's not because you have to make candy with the sugar. I make them every year.
That's toffee. If you melt sugar, it's toffee.
No, it has to go to a different
No.
boiling point to be toffee.
No.
It does.
Toffee's brown.
Yeah, toffee's brown
Candy
and
apple's
creamy.
red.
Would you see ours were
Or
ours
just
were
brown
toffee?
if
they'll
you
call
don't
it
put the red
caramelized.
colour.
Ours
Colour.
were toffee ours was toffee because
Oh,
it was
was it?
brown.
I see, that's
Oh.
different.
It was brown.
Yes.
It wasn't
Me, the
red.
cultural differences over here.
It wasn't
and,
red.
And yes, you are Irish. I'm so sorry about that.
According to the Good Friday Agreement, I am Irish.
You are Irish, yes.
I have one parent who was born in the 32 county of Ireland,
Yes.
even though I wasn't. It's very, very difficult.
We have a wee reformer here.
No, it is really difficult actually.
Changing the world one Protestant at
One
a time.
Protestant at a time. I'm gay though. That
doesn't
wipes
count.
that
Wipes
out.
it out, doesn't
Wipes
it?
it cancels that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, do you know what I mean? Imagine like Protestantism was the pill, and then I took paracetamol. That's the gayness. It cancels
Yeah,
it
cancels
out.
it out. Yeah, or you take an antibiotic.
Antibiotic. You
cancels
take
it
an
out.
antibiotic.
Yeah.
So then the other side of it is if somebody like goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I'm gay," then they go, "Right here, you may go to the fucking Pentecostal church or down the road."
Nah.
It's gonna be, or they give,
Well, that is.
or they give you the
They'll-
pill.
they'll
Go
Pray
take
the
it.
gay away.
Pray the gay away.
Pray the gay away.
Pray the-
Do you know I used to give my pill to an ex thinking I was being funny, right? Because I was on these pills at the time that looked
Like pill, like
pill like a contraceptive,
contraceptive pill.
and it was blue. It was just a wee blue pill, and it looked like a 10 milligram of diazepam.
Diazepam.
And he must. I just thought it was dead funny giving them every now and again.
Here you go. He didn't have to shave for 6 months.
He was
put-
sitting
put
down
on
to
about-
piss.
He put on 3 stone. He couldn't have to shave.
He's bigger tits than I did, so he did. But it wasn't often.
like
It was just now and again. He used to be like, "What is that? Gives one of him?" You know, and I would go, "Here, calm down." And like, I don't know why I took
Have
this.
Have a pill.
Yeah,
Take a chill
take
pill.
a chill pill.
Take a chill
yeah,
pill.
Yeah, and then he's wondering why he's out shopping for underwear.
He's crying. What's going on?
I know. But then I ended up telling him, and he really, really freaked
Was
out.
he?
Really, really freaked out. And my pops, God rest him, was in the kitchen at the time, and he burst out laughing, and he went, "Here!" And it was him that said, "You be sitting down to pish before you know it." You know what I mean? I was
Your wee
just
voice is going, hello. Do you have any more of those pills?
in total.
I think I would turn into a
only
posh
did
English
it
lady.
about like 7 or 8 times, but it was funny.
His willy shrunk and his fucking tits got big.
Got bigger, yeah. aye.
Bigger? You said he had big tits to begin with?
No, we didn't have any, but look, yeah. No, I didn't actually think, could it have that effect on man?
Well, you're putting estrogen into your body. Isn't it estrogen or progesterone? What is it?
It was actually a combined, so it
Combined
was
one.
both. Progesterone only pills make me really spotty. Case in point.
Because there was people I know and they took the pill because like when they were like 13, 14 for acne.
Yes, that's a combined pill.
Ah.
See, every day's a school day. I got it. I was on the pill from I was about 14. Didn't have a boyfriend, never been kissed, but I mean, I was on the fucking pill. Because it clears your
Prevention's
skin
better than
and
cure.
It helps with like menstrual cycles and stuff if you're really, yeah. So welcome to this week's episode of Weird Up.
Welcome, kids, to this week's episode of How Your Body Works.
Yeah.
It's good.
Or how it's supposed to.
Things are going to get strange. You're going to have hair where you didn't have hair before. and
like
you're
on
going to
your
get very
lip
emotional
and your
and
chin.
start humping stuff. And just be angry and hate your parents for no reason. Do you remember everything? Do you remember being like at the age of everything
oh
annoyed
my
you?
God, I found a diary.
Oh
It
my
belonged to
God.
me, and I would actually, in fact, we have mentioned how we're changing up the word up, so it's going to be more like a show.
We could
Patreon
dramatize it.
exclusive,
Like
Bronagh diary.
we're doing like little segments. I know we keep saying we're doing this, but we actually have, started.
It's in the works. Like,
Yes.
Give us a chance.
So I was actually thinking we could read like a page of Bronag's diary every week from whenever I was like 14.
We could
Oh my God, the things I thought were problems.
Get like somebody who can do, could Matt Berry. Do like
Yeah,
his voice and
yeah.
read it out.
Today, my
My
mother
mo-
told me I wasn't allowed to go out with my friends to the club. I hate her so much, so I do.
My mother's a complete bastard.
Yeah.
She's completely.
Like just fucking absolutely like it was the end of the world if you weren't allowed to go out with your mates at the weekend.
Why are you ruining my
They
life?
just don't understand me.
You don't understand me.
Why do
And
they
she-
do
And
this?
she's just like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
This is why I drink.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is why you're ruining my life.
Absolutely.
You're ruining.
This
See,
is
whenever
why
you-
mommy drinks.
This is why mommy drinks. Listen, I'm going to phone child support and get you to talk after me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this
My
no
mom
more.
tried to do it once, wouldn't do it.
We wouldn't take him.
Literally.
It's like, there's nothing wrong with him, there's nothing wrong with you. We are not a free babysitting service.
On my
Mrs.
sister, she like brought her and was like, "There's something wrong with her. I think she needs to go into a home because she was mad." And they were like,
and they get all these tests on, and they're like,
She's 16. You have to keep her for another 2 years.
unfortunately, Mrs. Diamond, she's just a wee bitch.
Yeah.
We can't. That's not a reason to take your child off you.
My mum
She's
was
just a wee
literally like,
bitch.
had to come back home with her. I was like, go to your room.
We'll have to keep you.
Getting threatened with the home was like...
The boys' home.
Yeah.
St. Pat's.
Yeah,
the top
Glen
of the
Road.
Glen Road, yeah. And then you used to go, do you know
My dad stopped the car and turned around and go, right, we're going up the Glen Road.
Yeah.
We go, no.
Do you know that because that was across the street from where my granny and granda lived, like I'm very familiar with St. Pat's.
Yeah.
And we used to like know all the wee shortcuts to get up that had all these greenhouses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it got particularly bad. Apparently they were having like actual young offenders and stuff in before it was just pure wee kids that, you know. But me and my cousin went up there one day, right? Our Steph. Hi, Steph. And we brought a guitar, a couple of pre-rolled cigarettes, and maybe like 2 bottles of beer or something. You know, we had them all in a wee bag. We were like, we're going to go up to that back field because there used to be horses and all.
The summer of love.
There used to be horses. But you know, my uncle actually turned around one day and went, what do you call that horse you talked to, James? No, to me, Uncle James. He was like, what the fuck? You know, like, but there used to be horses and all, and you would go up and whatever. But we went, and there was a security guard. There used to be wee empty bottles of nail polish everywhere, and we used to think they had like a secret fetish up there for like painting their nails, but it turns out they were sniffing them, right?
Oh, that's so innocent, isn't it?
Empty bottles of nail polish everywhere.
You were
right?
thinking of all these like delinquent boys going to get here. What do you think?
Yeah, like because it was quite wooded, like woodland around it, and there was just, I mean,
It's like all foresty.
I'm talking hundreds of bottles. Like they used to go down apparently and steal them.
Oh,
all
here,
about
Cal,
the
your
supermarket.
French tips are fucking rocking.
Yeah. Here, Jante, will you do this for me? I can't get this. Is that fuchsia, or would that be more like a
Coral.
Yeah. So we knew our way around it, and one day we were like, you know what we'll do? It's a smashing day. We're going to go up to the back field where nobody like normally is, and we'll sit. Brought a blanket and all like proper, and we're gonna just like chill and we'll play some guitar. I was learning how to play Radiohead songs at the time, and so we're walking up, and this guy standing there like with a high vis on. He goes, "Girls, where he's going?" And we were like, "We're just going up to the back field here, you know, fuck off." And he was
We're
like,
jamming.
and he went, I was like, "Why? We've always come in here. Like, is it?" And he went, "Listen," he went, "I'm not saying that you aren't like it is public, but there's some really dangerous fellas up there, young lads. Like, are you sure you want to go up there? May God strike me stone dead. I'm telling the God's honest truth, right?" And we both looked at him in the face and looked at each other and we're like, we'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking...
We are the weirdos, mister.
Yeah,
That bit
yeah.
in the
Like,
craft.
I remember us two walking up the path going... Imagine somebody coming near us. I'd hit him over the head with my guitar and all. Do you know what I mean? Probably like going, would somebody want to come near us? But
I can fix him.
so we did hear, and the guy, as we were walking away, yeah, I can fix him, Dad.
I can fix him. I love him.
But as we were walking up the hill, and we were like laughing at this guy, like, or some really, we were like, fucking not scared of no offenders, right? We get into the field, right? Put our wee thing down, our wee fucking rug or whatever it was stole from my man's house, and sat down. Next thing you know, I looked down, and there was spiders everywhere. It was like there must have been nests of spiders in the fields, and they had all like hatched. And me and her running down that fucking hill like two maniacs going, "Ah!" And the man was like, "Up, we're like, the spiders!" Like, weren't afraid of
Like,
potential murderers or rapists, but we were like, the spiders.
Like, Jocko, get out! Okay. Again!
Yeah.
There's
Look at the legs on them.
Even the
Johnny
spiders were
Longlegs.
fucking running out of the place. Maybe the drunk
But
fella.
I mean, I've never seen as many spiders in the one place in my life. It was just, they were just everywhere.
I was expecting you to say something like, so we sat down, we put our wee blanket out, and then 2 minutes later, some fella from the house came running around with a security guard's face over him like a mask. Like, ripped his face off.
I just to this day think it says everything you need to know about us, that like we weren't afraid of actual criminals, but so fucking girly that we ran away
From spiders.
because of spiders. Yeah, like that's bad.
I give spiders an amnesty in our house
Why?
I like 'em.
because I go, just stay, because I don't mind a spider.
I've started trying to think about them differently because they kill flies.
They kill flies. Flies walk on shite. Flies walk on your food. Flies spread infection. Spiders eat them.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly stay to themselves. So I go, listen, if you just stay out of Alan's way, like I do, I say it out loud. I'm like,
Yeah.
please just stay out of Alan, because Alan hates them. Because one night we were in the living room and Alan jumped up and was like, spider! And do that way, that sort of like my
Your
asshole
heart?
went up
Yeah.
into my throat, like
Yeah,
this,
you
like this here, and it was like there you could see it coming out, like up the thing, like that. It was awful.
Prolapse in reverse.
Prolapse.
Inverse
A
prolapse.
relapse.
Yeah.
I don't know what interlapse. And I was like, oh my god. And I looked, and I remember looked down. It was a fucking hobnob had come out of the packet and rolled across the floor. It wasn't a spider at all. I could have.
Hobnob?
Eat your fucking hobnob and shut the fuck up.
That is the most like
Gay biscuit.
gay fucking story. It
gay-
was a hobnob.
It was a hobnob in the end. But so I was like, so I just say, listen, just stay out of Alan's way and we'll be sweet. And if I catch you in the house, I'll just release you back into the wild. And like because we even have like humane mouse traps.
Do you?
Like we don't.
What's a human? I like mice. Now that's going to sound terrible. Or stupid because my ma is mortally afraid of mice, and like I am a scared.
You are scared of them?
I'm a scared of spiders, but not mice, right? And then we had a mouse trap in Crishlock, and it was adorable. It was just a
They're
wee
so wee.
miniature, tiny. It wasn't a big ratty thing. It was just I
No.
couldn't believe it, and I was like, oh, Pops, it was stuck on the sticky stuff.
Aww.
And I handed it to Pops and I went, look at the way, Pops, take it off. And he always amused himself at me for some reason. Right?
You're like wee ways.
And
of
he was
saying
like,
things.
why, what are we going to do with the Bronagh if we take it off? And I went, well, just keep it. Like, it's so cute. Look at it. It's
Pick the
tiny.
star up.
And he went, where are you going to put it? Where's it going to live?
Train it.
By this stage, he was just fucking with me, I think. Well, clearly, because if you hear what he did next.
And I'm imagining in my head, because yes, folks, we are having like a pure 120% ADHD morning today. I'm imagining you and your Pops talking, and the wee mouse is like stuck, you know, to the thing, looking between you two to see what way it's gonna go.
Listen to her, my lord.
Let me out. Yes,
She makes a good point.
She makes a good point. I was gonna say she makes a good point, Pops. Mr.
So
Pops.
fealty, my lord.
I'll pay my way.
I'm good at sewing.
I'll stay out of your way.
Have you ever seen Cinderella? I can help her make dresses.
And Pops was. Well, I have to say, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. So he goes, where are you going to keep it? And I went, I keep it in a wee jar. And wee mouse going, yeah, jar.
Don't leave him the fucking hair.
And he went, a jar. And I went, yeah. And he went, do you know what to do with it? And I went, what? And he just closed over
Oh, no, he didn't.
and crunched
Oh, he
it.
didn't. I was licking your Pops up till now.
But he went, that's a pest, love, and fucked it in the bin. I was like,
And that's only half dead. Going like this here. I will be avenged. In the bin. When my brethren find the sticky, disposed corpse, they will know I have been wronged. Sleep with one eye open.
oh,
Pops.
This isn't the last you hear of the House of Squeakers.
This isn't the last you've heard of.
oh my God. I swear. So speaking of scatterbrained, would you like to introduce our word?
We would like to introduce our word today. The word is Aerumnous. And this is a word that I found on ChatGPT. Aerumnous. No, you're Aerumnous. Aerumnous.
Sorry, Aerumnous.
Sorry, Aerumnous, your majesty. But yes, it means distracted, unfocused, or scattered to the point of inability to concentrate.
Which is why David did the word, because I couldn't even find it.
Rona literally says to me, what do you think? Because I can't.
I'm having one of those days. I'm extremely, I would
Aerumnous.
say Aerumnous has been.
An Arumniac.
Well, how would you say then?
ignoramus.
Would we say
I'm
that
feeling Aerumnous, or
I'm feeling
I'm
Aerumnous.
it's an adjective.
Arumniatic.
Aerumniatic. But it is an adjective
well,
itself. So Aerumnous
my morning
is
has went aerumnously.
yes.
Aerumnously. I took a wrong turn. I took a wrong turn 5 times. 5 times, and twice it was the same street that I went round twice. And my dad was just in the car, like, I think this is one of those days where you shouldn't be talking and driving at the same time.
Don't do the two things.
God love him. Like, we were just talking and I was like, oh, sorry, Daddy. And then it was so embarrassing to go, I've done it again. I'm in the same street again. Like, I drove around in a circle. And he was like, just you focus and maybe don't talk. And then as I was driving, I was like, how did did your daddy die? So that's the kind
Why
of...
is the sky blue?
Yeah.
I'm Idaho.
It's like, do you ever have a dream where,
do you ever have a dream where you're a squirrel and then you fall out of the tree and then you're not a squirrel anymore and then you're a duck, but then you're not a duck because you're wearing shoes?
Yeah, and you're like, why is my English teacher from the 3rd grade here? But,
why am I a little American kid from the 50s?
So that is the Aerumnous. Have you ever had a day where you've been feeling extremely Aerumnous?
Of like every life in general. We were talking about this just before we were started filming. Like I genuinely do not know what it's like to think about one thing at a time. I do not know I don't know what that feels like. It's such an alien concept to me. Like
I think that I would.
At any given point, I'm talking to you.
Can I make a statement to you, and you can tell me if you can identify with this statement?
Yes,
right? Have you ever felt so relaxed that it panicked you? That like you thought, am I dead? Have you ever felt like, see if I have ever gotten to the state where I've only had maybe 2 simultaneous thoughts at the one time.
Yes.
I will literally go, something's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
If I get relaxed, I'm like, oh my God.
I will think there's something I've forgotten about. There must be something I've forgotten about because there's too much real estate up here. Mm-hmm. There's not enough, like,
I
there's
have
too
a free
much
30 seconds.
What about when you're on stage? What's it like when you're on stage? Are you
I'm like, it's like flying.
like not there? Like
It's like it's like frictionless existence. It's my brain working at its best. It's like it feels what it feels like what I was designed to do.
I love it.
Do you know what I mean? And it feels like my feet's not touching the floor, especially whenever all the cylinders are all firing at once and everything's all working. And like the people, if the crowd, even like a good hackle, then that hackle's gonna like, you know, it's gonna,
it triggers you on another sort of like segue, and you know,
and you're going off on all the things, and it feels like, it does. It feels like I'm floating on the stage, and like nothing's touching me.
Yeah, I get it because honestly, it's like
it feels almost blissful.
It's like an out of body experience because even now, when I think of being on stage and stuff, like, I have a gig tonight and like I'm not thinking about it, and then when I go and do it, I sometimes can't believe that I do that because it's like you exist outside yourself. Like
I would describe it the opposite way. It's like the only time I'm having an in-body experience.
Oh, maybe that is what it is.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm occupying the space that I'm in.
That you're in, and you're focused, and you're in the moment.
Does that make sense?
And everything outside that is just sort of like.
Although, so I have to be careful.
Yes, I think of it like a bubble.
It's like, because sometimes, I have to be very careful because there's always. Do you know the way whenever they talk about, like, whenever people are getting interviewed at like the BBC, they're actually broadcasting it like about maybe 5-second delay in case there's swear words or something so that they can beep it out. And so there's a bit of my brain that is always 5 to 10 seconds ahead of what I'm saying, so that like it's sort of like.
But that is like, it's like you're playing chess and you're always sort of like 3 moves ahead in your head.
But you have to be really careful of that bit. I sort of do it because it feels like it's in my experience. It feels like it's here.
But our brain must operate faster because I have to say, even in watching the podcast or whenever I'm doing an interview, for example, I was being interviewed in the radio the other day, and see if I take a minute to stop and think about something, and then I've processed it, and then I say what I'm saying. After I get off the radio the other day, I went, I must have paused for about 10 seconds there while I thought about that. And then whenever I listened back, I only paused for like 1 second.
Like you took a breath.
Like I took a breath, and I was like, but I really felt like I thought that out and then said it.
That felt like a whole. But it actually was. It does.
It's the same with like when
it never ceases to impress me. I'm like
playing music, like live and stuff. It's the same thing.
I feel like I go between when I'm playing music. I feel like I go between autopilot and then jumping back in.
Yeah,
but especially because most of the time when I'm playing somewhere, I'm also the sound guy. Yeah. Like when I'm playing somewhere,
sound as fuck.
So I'm sitting like playing, but I'm also at the same time going, okay, so how does he sound, and how does that bit sound, and how does that sound? Like, am I hearing that a bit too bassy, or does that need to come down? You know, and then all the playing and singing is just happening while I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
Then when I get that to like a point where I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that. I don't need to worry about that no more. I can do one of two things. I can either lock back into the music and like think about what I'm doing and then be a bit more expressive and thing with that, or I can keep letting that go ahead and autopilot and watch Match of the Day in the background or
Yeah.
something.
Do you do that?
I do that.
Yeah. Like,
I-
see, especially like if you're doing something like a gig somewhere, or even if you're just like,
Do you know it'd be a good song to sing to that? I got my head shaved, and then your team scores and you go woohoo, and I feel heavy metal woohoo,
when you're
and he
doing
just
something
scored a
that's,
goal.
like, very like based around like improvising.
Right?
Mm.
Like I'm really, really, really not there. If you know what I
Really?
mean. So
Do you do that thing? Do you throw? I know you do this, where you throw like wee words in now and again. People don't notice. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Turn around every now and then. I fucking fall
Oh,
apart.
like
Do you
I don't know any song
Do you not?
fully. Like no,
Really? Do you just?
I'll know like
Blah,
a
blah.
bit of a verse and like what the chorus
Celine
goes like,
Dion
and then
always
just
Celine Dion makes up her words. You know that song, When You Touch Me Like This. She always, it's always different. If you listen to her live, it's always different because she's
That's
like,
like Leonard.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love her.
I
Leonard
don't-
Cohen. Though.
I don't
It's-
remember it.
It's a real fuck up though when you go to a concert. Like Leonard did. He doesn't do it anymore. He's
Did
dead.
he do it?
Did he do it? He did this thing where like he would.
doesn't, did he?
For example, Hallelujah. Everybody knows Hallelujah, but I'm just like, you basic bitch, listen to the proper Leonard, right? But for example, that has 99 verses. Now, he's not going to sing all
And
that.
probably like ongoing because like people add to them.
Yeah. So, but what he'll do is sometimes whenever he's at a concert, he'll choose what ones he's doing,
Yeah.
or he ad libs. So you're singing along, and it's like, it's a cold and it's a broken, and he'll be like, it's a cold and it's a very really broken hallelujah, you know, and you're like, fuck's sake, Leonard, you
No
put me off my
riffs.
flow. Do you know?
No riffs.
No riffs. I don't stop riffing.
Ad-libbing, you dick bag.
Yeah, he was like 70 odds whenever I saw him, and I
I've
tell you
done
what,
it
I
right.
still
So,
would.
I was playing a gig on my own in Newry a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry.
I know. It was just me. And I don't know the words that, like, as Luke says, like, to every song
No.
I play. And so that manifests itself in a few different ways. Either I'll, like, cut out a verse or two because I don't know all of them, or the song's too long, so, like, you can't
cut
be
it
on
out.
You need
it.
to radio
You would
edit.
cut it out. Yeah, you need to make your own wee radio edit in your head while you're playing it. Or I'll make up words for...
like, you just haven't learned it.
Or you, like, repeat the same verse again.
Just own up. You just like you knew this was happening
That's
for
like
fucking months.
here. That's like me with Dolly
So-
Parton. I was like, sure, everybody knows 9 to 5. 1 hour before it was going on. What's the fucking lyrics to 9 to 5?
So fucking one of the songs I played was "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley, right? Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody
Never gonna
knows
learn your words.
everybody knows the first verse of that and the chorus and the wee bridge bit, right?
I know the.
Never gonna
So
give,
do
never gonna
I.
But nobody knows the fucking second verse, right?
No.
Nobody knows it.
Nobody
So
cares about it.
Even there
doesn't
has
even
been
know it.
times where I've actually
He
said
doesn't know.
and learned it, and it's shorter. The second verse is shorter, but even then, nobody sings along if you sing the proper words.
What is
so
the
I
first
just
verse
sing
start? It says, we're no
No.
strangers to
to
love.
love. You know the rules.
And
So do I. That's the words
Yeah,
I
so
know.
that's the first verse, right?
Uh-huh.
So
the
do I.
second verse, I can't even remember it as I'm saying it, but I just sing the first verse again
Yeah.
because
Nobody's- yeah.
it's more iconic, more people sing along to it,
Yeah.
then.
You know it.
Yeah.
And it sounds good singing just the same thing.
You've got that
again.
one Rick
Yeah.
Astley die hard
I
stock
swear to God,
fan
right,
in the
gonna
background
say-
going like it's here.
A fella stood up and walked out,
What?
and
Was it because you were singing Rick Astley or because you were singing it wrong?
right, and
Fucking idiot.
it was a quiet night, right? Or was
Yeah.
it loads of people in the bar?
I can't. I'm ready for spitting.
And I was having like a wee bit of banter back and forth with all the people, you know, like sitting at the different tables, and I was going, well, he's having a good night, and she was like, yeah, my husband walked out there. It's just, you know, he's just a really big Rick Astley fan. And
That's so
you know,
good.
it just sort of ruined it for him there, just singing the wrong words.
Is this a real
No.
story?
No
I
harm.
swear to God.
No harm to you, but you totally ruined it on him.
Yeah.
You ruined his whole night.
And I was like,
He's way home.
Ways the
He's
fuck
way
up.
home to beat the kids now.
He's
Thanks
going
very
home to
much.
beat the kids and phone lifeline.
Yeah. Swear to
fucking,
God.
they're just enjoying their wee weekend away. They were staying in the canal court and they went out to the bar after.
We're actually
Night ruined.
we're from Donegal
I'm not even
and
getting my hole in it. Thanks very much, Sean.
we've been saving for 6 months. We've been looking forward to this. He's been laid off and I've been working double shifts down at McDonald's for us to be able to pay to come and do this here, and you fucking ruined it.
Like, I would say, who would you say you're
No
a
harm.
hardcore fan of? Like, you're obsessed
Dion.
with? And see if somebody sang that song wrong, would it wreck your night?
No.
Well, then, see, this man needs to get like I
And they
would,
were singing like fuck to the start of it.
Singing like fuck.
I bet he was just
Singing
like
And then all of a sudden he got up and walked out. I thought he went out for a fag or something.
No harm. He must be the only massive Rick Astley fan in the world. Like,
in the whole world, actually.
My sister
does he
loves
have
Rick
any
Astley.
other songs?
Would she have left?
He only has
Does
one.
he have any other songs?
No.
Yes, he does.
He's got loads.
Nah, he doesn't. That's not real.
Do you know who's a massive Rick Astley fan? The woman off Gogglebox, Malone's man loves him.
Forever they do. I would move heaven
He's
and
a
earth
raid,
to
like.
be together forever with you.
You're just making that up. It's
Stop it.
Very. And then he had an album out recently. He had an album out in the last 10
Yes,
10
because the
years.
Gogglebox man in the Malones
Yes.
loves him, and she always holds up his album and all. She's
And
like,
that
"I'm going
whole
to see
Rick-
Rick Astley."
that whole
Does he
Rick
not do
Rowland-
Butlins?
Rick Rowland thing
Not
came back.
anymore. He's got like a bit of a
He's cult
renaissance.
classic now, kind of
But that
thing.
whole Stock Aitken and Waterman era was fucking class for pop.
Oh yes, that's
Kylie
right.
Minogue, Jason Donovan, Sonia, Craig McLaughlin, Rick Astley, Sunita.
Yeah.
I think.
How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Aerumnous, like.
Rum pum pum, rum pum pum,
Arum
rum
date,
num
like.
num 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 pum pum.
Together
Yes, so
with you.
there used to be, but you know,
Smell the Aerumness in here. Like,
smell the Aerumnous.
Smell her rumness.
Ew. But
Fucking wash your rumness. Get your rumness a wipe. It's fucking stinking.
I'm rum this bar for you. You're fucking right. Serious? Watch it all fall down them steps. Your socks might crack.
Fucking they
Fucking
them
stinker.
socks are gonna fucking jump into the wash on their own. What are you talking about?
I walk away in there. Yeah. What about our swear down? Speaking of being chicken.
So swear down is I think that was very germane. And so today's word is
We need to read it.
this whole conversation is you ready? Time for
4.
4, 3, 2, 1.
swear down.
I never do the same thing every week.
I never do the same thing.
Like I actually
Swear
swear down.
Swear down, motherfuckers.
You're moving way too fast. Swear down.
Baby. Swear down, baby. How's it going? We're filming.
Who was that?
No, I was saying
Somebody
hello.
just. We're joined by my sister-in-law. So we are Maria, and she's over in the corner, desperately trying not to cackle out loud.
What do you do with the problem like Maria?
Yeah, yeah.
How often do people say that to you in your life? Like, no, never, because you're young, and like that's like an old movie.
She's not young. When he's like, you are young. What age are you?
Oh, she only a
32.
child. Only a child.
Oh, she has only a wee baby. She's only a wee baby.
In some states in Oregon, I'm old enough to be your daddy.
Yeah. Granda.
Aye, all right. Joke's a joke. Joke's a joke.
Do you want to know something? And this is going to be one of those moments like that Paddy McDonald gets,
Right.
where people go, "It's fucking lies. It's lies." Right. My friend became a granda at 31.
So he had the child
When
at
he
about
was 15.
and she had the child when she was 16. That's
It.
like,
He's a granda.
I'm not shocked by that.
And I tell you what, yeah,
I've lived long enough in this world
yeah,
to go. Aye.
31, granda.
How old was the mother of his child?
Same age as him, the Brunagh
Good.
kids.
That's okay. That's okay. Not okay, but do you know what I mean? But like,
Would it be worse if she was older or younger?
well, much worse if she was younger, but worse if she was like 35 and he was 15.
Yeah.
There's a name for that.
No,
We'll move on.
Yeah. No, they were both 15.
It's like the teacher fucking writing a kid in school.
Yes.
Or was that Adam Sandler film? Do you remember? It came out about 15 years ago.
That's my boy, or
Yeah, and it was like,
That's
him
right.
and Andy Samberg.
yeah, I was like, fucking, like, he was the coolest kid in the world because he fucked the teacher.
That's
what I mean?
right.
But he was like
fucked
12
the
in it.
teacher, but he did
didn't
not fuck the deputy.
And you're like,
Maria gets over some of that
Ritalin?
Boost.
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 So our swear down.
What does the swear down mean?
It's lobcock.
Lobcock.
It is lob your cock.
Yeah.
I lob your cock.
I love your cock.
I
so
love your
much.
cock so much.
Nosferatu voice.
I love it. Margaret.
I love your.
I love cock.
Can you
seen
get
all
us
the-
in on the
Have you
secret?
seen
by
all
the way?
the Nosferatu memes?
Is it the Yas Ferratu?
No,
The, you must bounce on it.
because
Will you let us in on the joke because we haven't watched it yet? Because we were
That's right.
actually saying this yesterday. What is the joke? Does he have a small dick? Does he have a big
No.
dick?
no,
Does
you
he a
see,
dick?
it's Willie.
He just like,
It's just the way he talks.
yeah, and not even that. It's the fact that you're really just taken aback by how horny the film is.
Oh, really?
It's because he's
Is
basically.
it Dorothy?
It's proper Dort.
There's Dort in it, like there's Denny's now.
Did
Like-
the shag in it like?
Yeah, it's all about the whole thing is about shagging.
It is. It's all about like it. Basically, I think.
Can you
That
have
was
a
about a
spoiler?
Dracula.
My reading of Nosferatu, if we are to be a little bit
Jesus
cerebral
Christ,
for a
Nate, you
second.
really give me the ick there.
My
Yeah.
reading of Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
When you does anybody else remember back in the day the guy on the videos would go when you rent or buy a
Yes.
video, and it would be like
Oh
it was
my
if it was
That really sounds you should be one of those people. You have, there's a sideline in
does it
that
say like
video.
when you rent or buy a video it might be pirated.
I don't know whether or not it was the heck or the horn.
The
Like, it was
horn.
one of those weird ones where it's
the
like
heck
the heck.
the Eorn
We were talking about who was it?
Yorkie the York. I don't know.
What do you call Mads Mikkelsen?
God, I'm going home.
Mads Mikkelsen. It's like he has this real. It's because he played.
does.
He has this real weird snake-like thing about him, but
don't
you
know.
still
Eccleston.
probably would.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Eccleston, yeah. Mads
But
Mikkelsen.
I do think Alexander Skarsgård is the same because
It's Bill Skarsgård in this one.
was Bill Skarsgård, yes, because he.
What do you mean? I thought Nosferatu was old.
Yeah, but
No, but he's
Bill
under makeup,
Skarsgård
don't
can be fucking anything.
was
But
it.
I thought it was
Remember
a
he was-
revamp of the. I thought it was the old one that just been released.
No,
Oh no,
It's
it's a total remake
Oh,
of
is
the
it?
movie.
Oh right,
It's
okay.
a total remake of the movie with Johnny Depp's daughter's in it.
Oh, so it is new.
It's new.
Nosferatu new.
Nosferatu.
it's Nosferatu. It's not the first one.
It's not the first.
Nosferatu, electric boogaloo.
Yeah.
This time it's
It's
personal.
a personal.
This time it's. You know what's really good about it? Though? If you watch the film-
Nosferatu with a vengeance.
Nosferatu. But if it is, like, what's really good about it is there's loads of attention
That
to
sounds like
detail.
a dissident IRA group. Nosferatu.
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 Whenever he goes, because he's so old, he has to pull as much oxygen into his body to be able to speak. So before he speaks, he goes, "You are my passion," and he's like, it's. I loved. Have you
It
seen it?
plays out like an erotic novel.
Color me intrigued.
And the change.
Is he hot?
No,
Bella is though in real life.
in real. Oh.
I don't get the whole Skarsgård
I
thing.
prefer the one who's Alexander. I prefer the one who's in True Blood.
I think Alexander Scott. Yes, because he was.
He was Bill Northman.
But I'm
like.
not a blonde loving woman. Like see,
No.
tall, dark and handsome, blonde for me.
Tall, dark, and handsome is Nosferatu. Like.
Yeah, well, that probably do it for me.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. He's tall and dark.
It's not that. It's just
Me
whenever
handsome.
I am reading like neurotica.
Neurotic.
Neurotic.
Put your hands all over my body.
My antibiotic.
Don't put your hands all over my body,
Oh,
or
yeah.
you may catch it.
But whenever I'm reading erotica, like whenever they describe them as being like dark haired and stuff, I'm like, yeah. And then see if they're like his blonde, beautiful hair, I'm like,
Nah, get Goldilocks the
you know
fuck.
that Drake meme where it's like,
You're
and
like,
I just close it and like, nah, it's not for me.
but you
Or I imagine them differently. I go, fuck what the author said.
I do that all the time. There's like a character in a book that I really love, and the main villainess is in the book. She's blonde, but whenever I imagine her with really dark hair and piercing blue eyes, but it keeps talking about. It, and I'm like, no, if I was casting this character, it would not be blonde.
Yeah.
I
But
just
it was kind of that, like, I think blondes were cast as like the horrible people because of like the whole Aryan Nazi thing. So it's like, yeah.
And it's also like it's
blonde
like a
people.
kind of like it's also like dismantling that, like, you know, that Victorian like cherubic child with the blonde ringlets, and it's like, oh, it's so innocent. So if you turn that in its head, it makes it kind of a wee bit more.
Hold on a wee second. Hello, Mummy. What does the swear down mean?
Oh yes, it means. Oh why?
Phone my ma. Right.
I'm phoning all my fucking family's phoning me to remind
at the
me.
same time. Sorry, I just realised we didn't even tell them what the swear
It
down meant.
means like a stupid dullard person, which
A
I
lobcock.
feel that we are doing our day in a lobcockish manner.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being a bit of a lobcock
You
today.
lob-
He was an Aerumnous lobcock.
It was a rum.
Oh my
He was an
gosh.
Aerumnous lob.
Aerumnous
You a rumnous lobcock. Get thee gone.
Yeah, get the out of here.
Get thee out of here. But and also it's the word cock.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it?
love it.
The word
I
cock.
wonder where it derives from, like lobcock. Would it be somebody who like lifted chickens and fucked them out of the garden
For no reason.
for no reason?
Aye, he's just like, look at him, he's fucking
Stupid dog. It's like,
Get back in! Why do you keep doing this?
Yeah.
Leave the fucking chickens alone!
We were saying beforehand that Loretta Bobbitt should have been called Loretta Lobcock.
Loretta Lobcock, right out the thing. But I do.
Loretta Lobcock is someone from Harry Potter. I'm certain of it.
Absolutely.
Loretta Lobcock.
Yes. Lives
Seek
on...
her for Ravenclaw.
Oh no, she's a Slytherin because it's slithered right in.
She's lobbing cocks all over the
She's
place.
lobbing cocks all down in that
See
in
the
her
grip she
moist
has on that fucking broomstick? I wouldn't want her to be lobbing my cocks, you know what I'm saying?
lobcock in that fucking Slytherin wet basement that she's got.
Loving cocks down the dungeons.
Do you know what I often think about this, right? In Harry Potter, this isn't actually discussed, but I think that this is quite clever.
Right.
In the books, Hermione visits the boys' rooms quite often.
She
She'll
does.
come up, but the one time in the books that the boys try to go up to the girls' dormitories, the stairs turn into flat like a
Yeah,
slide, and they
they're-
come down.
they're
They fall down.
enchanted.
So basically, that's JK talking about consent. Basically, because if a girl is going up, she's going up there by choice.
Yes.
But if they go up there, they're like, nope, back down the street you go. You know. But imagine how much riding must have went on in Harry.
But unfortunately, if you're a
Hogwarts.
trans kid, you don't get a fucking.
Do you reckon
ladder.
Madame Pomfrey got wee visits all the time and it was like, Miss, I need a potion. I've got a dose of this. My wand keeps licking. Or like,
Or she's like, "Can I
Yeah.
have what
I need
I
a wee...
remember
the morning after potion?"
Yes.
You need some marigold leaves.
There you go. What you need to do is stop being a dirty slut.
Yeah.
That's it.
I recently got the Hogwarts game.
Oh, did you? Is it good? Because I'm
It's
considering it.
Unreal.
Is it?
It's
Do you
actually
set
so
it? Do you, like,
good.
is it like a role playing sort of like when you set your
Yeah,
own
so
character
it's
up?
like mid 1800s, I think. It sort of
You
takes time.
are turning me
Oh,
on.
it's like
Pray
the
tell.
past
It's
of
it's like
Hogwarts.
100 years, over 100 years before like the events of like the Harry Potter books.
Right.
And so you're just this like student enrolled in Hogwarts, and in the background there's like a goblin like revolution going on,
Called Lobcock.
and so you,
there's a
like
lot- there's a
that's
goblin
all
named
part of the
Goblin?
story, but it's happening in the background as like the bigger thing while you're like studying in Hogwarts and like
goblin
learning
revelation.
magic and stuff to take them on. But on like that thing, they actually include that as part of the game. You know,
Right.
so depending on what like gender your character is,
Right.
if you're in the common room and you're going to your dorms, you can easily go down the stairs. But if you go to like the opposite one, there's like two like knights
Oh, really?
that like stop
Stop
your
it.
entry.
I can just see the transgender and non-binary people being like, we should be allowed to use either one of these. This is fucking J.K. Rowling
This is
again.
I think there is. Did I read somewhere where there is like a transgender character in it, and the people are like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah,
Do you know what I
there
mean?
is.
So she's obviously not going to be very happy with that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Wars.
was like a wee like finger up to her. like.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah. She
good.
needs a wee finger up her god lover. It might
Maybe-
make her happier.
Might have helped.
Shut her the fuck up.
Yo, so if you have been a cock gobbling Aerumnous lobcock today,
Cock gobbling. Shut up, you dirty dick peg.
you dirty. Oh my god, we're just making words up now. Please join us on our Patreon and our Patreon and see what the crack is. Please consider subscribing if you can for a couple of quid a month. Keep the lights on, feed the children. Kids need new shoes, know what I'm saying? And stay tuned for like more interesting stuff coming up and big changes happening to the Word Up podcast.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, and here Taylor B. Granny was asking about it. Thank you so much.